Are you thinking about moving to northern Colorado? Well, everyone's talking about Fort Collins and Loveland, but what if I told you there's a place that could be even better? What's up, beautiful people? My name is Noah, your northern Colorado real estate and lifestyle expert, and today we're talking about Windsor, Colorado, a town that's perfect blend of small town vibes with all of the modern conveniences. If you have any questions about relocating, my number is 720-741-7474. You can call and text me with any questions, large or small. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Colorado's next big thing, which, if you can guess it, is Windsor. Now I'm going to start out with a short intro about the town. I'm going to cover the real estate trends, cost of living, compared to the cost of living and housing in nearby cities like Loveland and Fort Collins, which I'm sure you've heard of. And you're going to want to stay tuned till the end of this video where I break down what the future holds for this little hotspot. Now, Windsor is renowned for its family-friendly environment, highly rated schools, and many recreational opportunities. But the reason most people, and maybe you haven't heard of it, is that it lives in the shadows of more well-known cities like Fort Collins and Loveland. But as you're gonna see in this video, Windsor might just be the next big thing to hit northern Colorado. So as we jump in and take a look at this map, we're gonna talk about the lay of the land real quick here for you because it's important to know exactly what you're getting yourselves into. So let's start out by breaking down the northern Colorado economic corridor, which is gonna run from Denver right here all the way up to Fort Collins. Now there's two main distinctions between what you're gonna see here and where Windsor is. And we're just gonna go ahead and zoom in just a little bit on the map here so we can go ahead and take a closer look at this. Now, obviously you can see that the proximity of Windsor right here in red, location to Fort Collins, and also located right next to Loveland. Now the distinction here is I-25, which is gonna be your main transportation route all the way to Denver, Colorado. So this is going to be important because what you're going to notice is that real estate values and cost of living on the west side of I-25, so we're talking about Fort Collins, Berthoud, Longmont, Erie, Boulder, all those towns west of I-25, the cost of living is going to be slightly higher, as well as the real estate values, because they're just slightly closer to the mountains. Now, what's interestingly happening right now is that some of these towns on the east of I-25 are really coming alive and stepping into their own right now. A couple of those towns are going to be Firestone and Frederick. Again, they're going to have very close similarities to Windsor. They are new towns, which means that there is a lot of new construction and a lot of things going on. And what's happening is the money is actually moving now across I-25, and that's where you see these towns pop up. And Windsor is one of them that you definitely should have on your radar. So let's hop in here real quick because you can see that Windsor is going to be close, very close to Boyd Lake Park, which is actually in Loveland, but you also have, not only do you have access to Boyd Lake, you have access to Lake Loveland, all the things happening in Loveland, but just right up the road is Fort Collins, and obviously you've heard of Fort Collins, Colorado before. That is where the college is going to be. That's where the hustle and bustle of a real city is going to be. And if you're trying to stay out of that, you want a little bit more peace and quiet, maybe a tighter knit community where you're going to know your neighbor, you're going to know the bank teller and the checkout lady at the grocery store by name, Windsor's definitely the place for you. Now, we've covered a little bit of the town's history. We've looked at it on the map. Now you have an understanding of the west and east side of I-25 and how that plays into your real estate values and the cost of living. But let's take a deeper dive and break it all down. Now, Windsor gets a best places cost of living score of 113.4, which means that the total cost of housing, food, childcare, transportation, healthcare, taxes, and any other necessities that you might need is going to be 13% higher than the US average. Now, if you make the same comparison right here in Colorado, Windsor is 5.9% higher than the average here in Colorado. But let me tell you a little secret. There is nothing average about northern Colorado. So when you're looking at that 5.9% number, we're talking about homes that are way the heck out east and that are really next to nothing. So we can almost take that and chuck it straight out the window. Now let's compare Windsor to its neighbors Fort Collins, which received a score of 115.7. That's an entire 2.3 points higher than Windsor. But where does Loveland land? Well, at the exact same 115.7 cost of living score. So as you can see, after making this comparison to the national level and locally right here to the cities that are right next door, you can see that Windsor is going to be slightly cheaper, or you are just going to be able to afford more home for your money than Loveland and Fort Collins, because it's coming in a whole 2.5 points lower than the 115.7 that both Loveland and Fort Collins scored. Now, you and I both know that the largest contributor to the cost of living is going to be your housing. So let's dive in and take a look at the numbers. The median home price in Windsor is going to vary between $500,000 and $580,000. And I know what you're thinking, that that's quite a spread, and you're going to be right. But being such a small market in such a small town, if there are 2 or 3 large scale homes that sell, it can inflate the median sales price for the entire month. So those are the exact numbers I pulled up from our local MLS, and that is the varying range, but I just wanted you to know why. Now, in comparison, Loveland's median home sale price is going to sit right under $550K, and of course, big brother Fort Collins is coming in with a median sales price of $586,000. Now, it's important to note that the Loveland and Fort Collins market don't fluctuate as much because these are larger markets, and in these larger markets, more homes sell, so we can get a more accurate and defined number. Another thing to note about Windsor is the majority of homes sold in this town are going to be new construction. And hey, if you want a list of off-market new construction homes, all you have to do is text me at my cell number right here, and I will get you a list of off-market homes, because I work closely with the builders, and those relationships also come along with some discounts. So if you're looking at new construction in Windsor, you know exactly what to do. Now, Windsor isn't just about great homes, it's also packed with attractions and amenities that make life enjoyable. And speaking about enjoyment, Windsor Lake offers great outdoor activities, including boating, swimming, fishing, biking, and hiking. And residents of Windsor also enjoy over 25 parks and numerous trails that connect the town. Another great amenity and experience you get to have in Windsor is Boardwalk Park, which happens to be one of my family's favorite spots. We like the Lakeside Amphitheater, and we love going to the concerts and outdoor concert series there during the summertime. Now, Windsor also has 4 golf courses if you want to stare at the beautiful Rocky Mountains and smash some golf balls, including Highland Meadows and Rain Dance. And the community of Windsor really shows itself strong for all the community events that happen downtown all year long. Now, Windsor isn't just another small Colorado town. It is a community. It is a tight-knit community of people who like to support each other, who show up to support local businesses, and that's evident throughout the year because they have a host of events all year long right downtown, which makes it easy for the residents to go enjoy, easy to get to, and easy to get home. And the community of people is really what truly makes Windsor, Colorado something special. Now, why the heck would you choose Windsor over Loveland and Fort Collins? Now, all 3 of these cities have their unique charm. With Windsor's blend of small town warmth, proximity to the larger cities like Fort Collins, Denver, and Loveland, you've got the lower cost of housing, which leads to the lower cost of living, and an absolutely strong sense of community. Now, if you take all of this together and you add in the Weld RE4 school district, which is a top-rated school district, you can see why many people are choosing Windsor, Colorado. Now, if you are considering a move to Windsor or anywhere in northern Colorado for that matter, I'd love to help you navigate the process and find you your absolute perfect home. All you have to do is text or call me at 720-741-7474. I personally answer all the questions from viewers just like you. Now, if you want to know more about Loveland and how it compares to Windsor, go check out this video right here where I talk about the truth of Loveland real estate. And remember to stay adventurous, my friends. I'll see you on the next video.